I'll very briefly present our university. Brescia is a town in northern Italy between Milano and Venice, of about 200,000 people. First of all, we have to look at the globalization and global changes that have happened. First of all, the demographic and social change, then the large scale and systemic environment problems and the economic activity. All of them, of course, have a big impact on the population. We also have to look briefly at the last 100 years. And we can see very well that we went from the agricultural age with farmers where kids learned at home and worked at home in the fields. Then we had the information age, the so-called knowledge worker, where in fact
How are we doing?
they could do what was fashionable at that time. And finally, we have already heard today about the so-called digital era. We are going to gain advancements of about 20,000 previous years. Now, all of this means that children that are starting school this year will be retiring in 2074, more or less, at least in my country. And nobody has a clue what the world would look like in just 5 years. And yet, we are meant to be educating for it. So this is the other problem, which is the impregnability, which is really extraordinary. And this happens also, obviously, in the universities. Of course, with the existing assets, with project labs, prototype labs, new thematic laboratories, and of course, activity and facilities. In the city, we already did something for the so-called smart city, smart break, which is an adaptive kit for a better nutrition for all people. Smart living, energy and integrated services for well-being exploitation.